If you're building a B2B SaaS application, here are the core features that you need for a complex multi-tenant infrastructure, from multi-factor authentication and SSO to branding. The most important piece of it is that you're trying to build a multi-tenant application. You might not necessarily need this, but this is the most common use case that we see. So within your application, you're serving different business customers, and you want each of those business customers to have their own experience logging into this application. So for example, maybe they're typing in their email and you're using their domain to figure out which company they're part of, and then routing them to that specific organization experience. And then once they're logged in, they're authenticated. Within each organization, they might have people that have admin roles. They might have people that have non-administrative powers and those types of things. So organizations is the key feature that helps you sort of build out that multi-tenancy with Auth0. You can sort of see, you can have a list of all of your customers, you can customize their branding, and you can customize their SSO experiences as well. So that means that if one customer really wants to have just Google sign-on, make things super easy, versus a larger enterprise customer really wants to have Azure AD or some other form of sign-in process, you can make sure that each business has their own experience. A lot of these settings can also be offloaded to the customer. So for some of our customers, they want to, manage everything on their own. But in certain cases, your business customers might say that we want to have control over what SSO options we have and what MFA settings are set for our, individual members. And so if you want to have that experience of offloading certain pieces of the authentication product to your customer, there's also ways in which you can do that. Whether it's custom branding or unique security policies, Auth0 makes it easy to manage your multi-tenant application. Lily is now going to walk us through how to set it up in the dashboard.
Auth0, when you create an organization, a specific organization ID is created for that organization. You give it a name. This org ID can be very useful for customizing things, like maybe your application needs to know, an organization ID, or maybe you have a client that says all my users in these organizations require MFA, so you can create an action that with this ID, if a user is logging in with this context, then they're prompt for MFA, just to give you an example. And with organizations, you can customize the branding for each of your clients. You may have clients that are very particular and they want to have their own branding. This is very useful for that. From the UI, this is like basically what you can change, but using the management API, I think you have more flexibility on the customization. And then you may have a client that they don't really care, so you leave this and you don't have to change anything. The way it works is that you could be sending invitations to users. For B2B, is very common for just allowing users that belong to a certain organizations log in. Most of the time, they might be maybe employees, and they need to log in with an identity provider instead of their personal email. So that's why invitations matter, because they're only going to be able to create or set up credentials with that specific email. If you come to under connections, this is where you select, okay, this customer wants their users to be able to log into a database, to Google Auth, and Microsoft Azure. And if you click Enable Connections, you can see all the connections that are available at the tenant level. So anything that was set up under database, social, enterprise is going to be available here. So you are able to select which one you want for that organization. So if I go back to organizations and then I click on this one, you can see this one has a different type of connections. I have an Okta and a database connection. So if I click on this one, You can see here, like for database connections, that you have a couple different options. So auto membership means in the organization context, when a user logs in for the first time, if you have disabled auto membership, the user won't be able to log in until they're members. And this might be relevant for maybe you need to do an extra check, one of your admins, before the user logs in. They accept the invitation or they become a member. Could also have disabled sign up, which is what this means is that if the users land in that organization login, there is not a sign up button. So like no one can just come and create an account. They need to be invited. And then enable sign up. If you want anyone to access, then you would enable that. And then similar, each connection will have like its own set of settings. If you want auto membership or disable membership, because this one is an enterprise connection, you don't see the sign up option because the user must live in the directory for them to be able to log in anyway. So what I'm going to do is going to send an invitation. You can select which application you want to send the invitation to, so which application they're going to be logging in into. And then you type the user's email. So today is February, 4th? So I'm not creative right now. So that's my user. And then I'm gonna, these ones you don't have to select them, but if you have that use case, you can. So if you already know which type of connection they're going to be logging in with, you select, I want this user to log in as a airline user, for example, which is my database. I don't want this user to log in with my Okta. And then if you're doing RBAC in Auth0, so role-based access control, if you're defining roles in Auth0 and authorization, then you can also predefine roles and select which scopes or which APIs this user can call. Some customers use our feature for RBAC, some of them they don't. So it's up to your use case. So for this one, I'm just going to say this user is an organization member, and then I'm going to send an invitation. And as you can see, the status is pending, and I'm going to copy this here. Go check this user's inbox. Okay. And the user got an invitation. Hey, you've been invited to join this account. This is the user's email. They cannot change it. It gives information about the organization, and we send an invitation link. As you can see in the invitation link, we're sending the organization ID and the organization name. This means that when the user will be signed up in that organization's context. So if I copy this and go to an incognito window, when the user clicks the link, the invitation link, this is what they're gonna see. They're seeing the brand for that client, British Airways. I've added username as optional, but I'll skip it for now, and I'll hit continue, and then I set up a password. And then you can also in Auth0 change, these. You can make it more secure. You can add extra, basically, features for like how strong you want the passwords to be. So I'll hit continue. And then I'm redirected to the application.
Everything's handled out of the box so you can focus on building your actual product. Check out the resources in the description below and let us know if you have any questions.